What would you say is the fastest team sport in the world? Imagine moving at high speeds on a thin piece of steel while avoiding collisions with other people. As you may guess, I'm talking about the sport of ice hockey. Ice hockey is a passion of mine. I play about 3 to 4 times a week. I also coach a girls' hockey team. One really gains an appreciation for the sport when you live in an area which has ice hockey as a big part of its culture. I currently live in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and ice hockey is big here. Minnesota is known as the state of hockey. To really appreciate the sport, let's go back. Let's review the history of hockey and see its early beginnings. Ice hockey can trace its roots back to basic ball and stick games from ancient civilizations such as the Greeks, Chinese, and Romans. Evidence shows that these games were played as well when migrations happened to colder climates. In 1600s, there's evidence showing that a game similar to golf was played on ice. In 1642, in Scotland, the earliest ice skating club was formed. This is considered the oldest ice skating club in the world. Once these Europeans started traveling to North America, they as well brought their games with them. Modern day hockey can be traced back to a gentleman named James Creighton. According to thepeoplehistory.com, Creighton moved to Montreal in 1872. He brought with him sticks as well as skates. His skates were boots with rounded blades secured with metal clamps, not too far off from the skates that we have today. I can show you. Here's an example of a modern day hockey skate. As you can see, the metal copper rivets holding in the steel, So what Creighton had in 1872 is not too far off from our modern designs. The first puck was actually a flat piece of circular wood. The game took off in Montreal and eventually spread throughout Canada. The first university with a college hockey team was McGill University, where Creighton was a law student. This was in 1877. In 1885, the Amateur Hockey Association of Canada was the first national hockey organization to be formed. In 1889, at the Montreal Winter Carnival, Sir Arthur Stanley went to a match. At that time, Stanley was the General Governor of Canada. Stanley fell in love with the game and helped form the Ontario Hockey Association. Once the Ontario Hockey Association was formed, after a few years, he decided to have a regional competition. The winner of this competition would be awarded a cup. This cup was known as the Stanley Hockey Championship Cup. The Stanley Cup is important because this is the same award that is presented to the champions of the National Hockey League today. So that's over almost 100 plus years that this championship trophy has been passed. Hockey took off with the formation of more amateur and professional hockey leagues across Canada and slowly spread across the globe. It spread a lot because of the World War I. World War I was huge in spreading because Canadians were overseas and they decided in the downtime they would play hockey. In 1920, hockey was at the Olympics for the first time. And as you may assume, the Canadians won this Olympic medal, the gold medal, easily. The NHL came to life as a part of the World War because an amateur professional team struggled to stay afloat because they were losing, people were dying because of the war. So teams started to fold, leagues started to fold, and the NHL was started because a few leagues folded. The NHL was comprised of 4 teams originally in Toronto, Ottawa, and Montreal. And Hamilton was also the 4th team, which was a smaller market. But Hamilton was only around for a year before it folded. And the NHL wanted to move into North America, so it targeted New York as its next team. Now that we covered a high level history of hockey, Let's start with the rules. According to ProIceHockey.com, the standard North American rink measures 200 feet by 85 feet. As you can see in the background, I'll bring it more close for the camera as well for you guys to see. Hockey has 3 zones. Let's say we're defending this zone. The top zone is the defensive zone. The middle zone is known as the neutral zone. And the zone with the opposing team is covering, that's known as the offensive zone. And according to NHL.com, periods are 20 minutes each. So after each period, the teams then switch sides. So your offensive zone then becomes your defensive zone. The length does vary depending on the level of play, from 15 to 17 minutes depending on its amateur or youth leagues. Now let's review the puck. The puck is a black rubber, 3 inches in diameter, 1 inch thick. I'll pass it to you guys to kind of take a look. You guys can feel how it feels. And also let's talk about some of the rules. The stick can be used only to score. You can't kick the puck in. You can't hook. You can't trip. Those are also penalties. You can body check, but it must be clean. You can't take hits to the heads, or you can't hit someone in the back. Those are illegal. Now you're ready to begin appreciating the sport of hockey. It's a great sport. I love it very much. It's a great sport to watch, and if you're ambitious enough, it's a great sport to play. I hope you've learned a lot today, and I hope you share what you've learned today with your colleagues and friends. And you guys have a good night. Thank you.